This is a tutorial for the NCTest app, and in this tutorial I'm going to focus on the North Carolina final exam for math. Notice there's only one tutorial for all the math tests that are North Carolina final exams. When you begin your test, you're going to see your name, your ID number, and your school. You'll also see the name of the test. Do not begin until your test administrator tells you to do so, and when they do, you will press the start to start the test. Notice that you'll see the number that you are on out of how many that you have. You'll also see your name and the school name at the top. When you go to answer the question, most of the questions are going to be multiple choice. So to select an answer, you just click on the answer choice. If you want to reset your answer or your question back to the original format, you click on this back arrow to reset it. So now my answer choice is cleared. If you want to come back to the question later, so if I answer it and I'm not quite sure, I can flag it by clicking on this box or by clicking the flag button. Clicking it a second time clears the flag. Clicking it once will then mark the answer to come back to later. You also have a strike through option. So if you want to eliminate some answer choices and give yourself that visual, you can press this selection tool with the X, and then you get an X to hover with, and this marks out an answer choice for you. This does not answer the question automatically if you have 3 answer choices grayed out. You need to make sure that you have answered with an actual darkened circle. If you want to highlight, you click on the highlighter tool, and you can highlight in the question whatever you think is important to highlight. If you want to cancel any highlighting that you did, you would click the strike through with the highlighter, and then it acts as an eraser. If you want to clear all highlighting, you hit the highlighter with the X, and it clears all highlighting. If you have any questions about any of the tools, you can click on the question mark icon and see what the tools actually do. You will see the navigation buttons and the question types and how to answer those different question types. You won't have every single type of question on your test, but this will tell you how to answer the questions that are on your test. I'm going to hit next to progress to the next question. Again, I can answer by selecting the right answer choice. I can flag if I want. If I'm ready to go to the next question, I would hit the next button. If you are ready to take a break, so the test administrator has taken a break in the testing session, you would hit the pause button. Notice you have 60 minutes total for the pause. So this could be a bathroom break or the scheduled breaks. When you're ready to go back to the test, you would hit the continue button. On this page, I want to show you that you can go back to the first question. So if you want to go back to the first question of the section, you can go by clicking first, and that takes me back to item number 1. You can also go back a question by selecting the back button. If you try to exit the test or click outside the screen for any reason, whether you're trying to access an app or a calculator or a website, it's going to give you an error message that says unexpected exit. It does give you a countdown because mistakes do happen, so that's okay. You're not automatically in a misadministration scenario. You can go back to hit continue. I'm just going to answer these questions. So you can see that now I'm on the review page. On the day of the test, your review page is going to be longer because you'll have more questions. This is where you should read how many you have answered out of how many questions. So in this case, I have answered every single question. But if you didn't answer every question, you would be able to see that you answered like 3 out of 4 or 2 out of 4. That would be a good clue for me to make sure that I go back and look and see, okay, which number did I actually miss? If I skip number 2, or you can see I've flagged number 2, I can go directly back to that question by clicking on the blue number that is hyperlinked. So all I did was click on that number 2, and it took me back to item number 2. I can unflag this now that I know, okay, yes, that is my answer, and go back to the review screen. So the asterisk tells me that I've answered the question. If I've flagged it, it leaves me a question mark. You can leave questions flagged whenever you end the test. That's okay. It's not going to hurt you. So that's personal preference. If you have any questions about this test, please let your teacher know, and they will be happy to answer any questions you have about the question types and how to manipulate the app. When you click End Test, you will have a caution message that says, are you sure you want to finish the test? If you do have a moment where you want to go back and cancel to go back and review those questions, you have that chance. So you do have to press End Test twice before you actually close out of the test. Now I've completed the test, and then I will exit out of the app completely. Again, if you have any questions, please let your teacher know.